In this tutorial, we'll cover how to add, configure, and run commands on your JumpCloud managed devices. JumpCloud commands allow admins to run custom commands via Bash and PowerShell. JumpCloud has its own published GitHub repository of some of the most widely used Bash and PowerShell commands. To get started, navigate to Device Management, select Commands. To create a new command, click the green plus button. You can choose to create a command manually, create a command from a template, or create a command after the JumpCloud agent installs. On the Details tab, we'll enter the name for the command. This is the name shown in the sortable list view of commands. For type, admins can choose from Linux, Windows, or Mac devices. Selecting the Linux or Mac options will give admins the option to select a Run As user account that will run the command. Choosing Windows will be run as the local system account and optionally can be run as PowerShell. Let's select Windows. For command, type or paste a script. The script can be in any language that your servers can execute. The JumpCloud commands gallery contains curated Mac, Windows, and Linux commands that are available for import using the JumpCloud PowerShell module. Admins can choose to run the command manually, scheduled, repeating, or on trigger, or on every JumpCloud login, or singularly on the next JumpCloud login. The timeout value determines how long the command can continue running before the agent will terminate it. When run manually or run on trigger or webhook is selected, the time to live setting will be available. Commands expire from the queue after 3 days by default. To change the expiration period, make a selection or enter a custom duration. Select Upload File to attach a file to the command. Uploading a file immediately pushes the file to the server before the command executes. You can update the files anytime, and the next time your command runs, it will have the latest update. There are no file type restrictions, but there is a 1 MB size limitation per file attachment and for command results logs. In this example, we'll go to the JumpCloud commands gallery in GitHub and copy and paste the commands for listing all user accounts on a device for Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can also import these commands from the JumpCloud commands gallery via the JumpCloud PowerShell module. For this example, we'll start with the Windows command. I'm going to name it Windows List All Users version 1.0 JCCG. Select the type for Windows below in the options. This command will need PowerShell, so we're going to check the box for PowerShell to the right. Then we'll copy the command from GitHub and paste it in the command text box. For this command, we'll leave the launch event, options, TTL settings, and files as is for now. For selecting endpoints to run this command on, we can do one of two things. We can either select to run on an entire device group via the Device Groups tab, or we can select to run on an individual device. I want to run this against a singular device, so I will select our Windows VM Stubbs Win Pro 11. Optionally, select the Command Runners tab to elect a user as a command runner with access to run the command. By default, admins can run commands on all devices. In this example, I will leave it as is with no command runner election. By hitting Save in the bottom right, this adds the command to the list. To execute the new command, navigate to the commands in the list and select the Run Now button. This will execute the command on the devices it's been bound to, in this case, Stubbs Win Pro 11. The next time the agent reaches out, it will fetch this command, run the command, and return the output from the shell along with some information about the command's execution, such as timestamps. The Queued tab lists commands that have been configured but are yet to run on all of the devices they've been applied to. The queue is ordered alphabetically by command name, but the columns are sortable. From the queued commands list, IT admins can cancel commands in the queue or view commands details to remove pending devices from the queued commands. The results for these commands are listed on the Results tab. Every command returns a results code, also sometimes referred to as a result status, or exit code. Result codes can be used in diagnosing issues with commands. You can search through previously executed commands via the search bar. We can repeat these same steps for both the Mac and Linux commands. The only difference between the two is that Mac and Linux use Bash, and the option to run as a user is available. For most use cases and examples, you're going to leave the Run As user as root. To learn more about commands, check out our Help Center articles.